Hey guys, I'm back, and I literally just finished filming the Leatherman Signal review, and I don't even know if that's up yet on the channel. And in that, I just said I'm hoping Battlbox will arrive today, and look, Battlbox just arrived today. Woo! If this video looks weird, it's because I'm not wearing my watch. Don't worry, you'll get over it. I have no idea where it is right now. I'm too excited to start the Battlbox year off to even go look for it now. So, little disclaimer, I said this in the last video I did. I want to say it now. I know a lot of you guys are really excited for the results of the giveaway contest, and so am I. There's still so much to go through. I caught a handful of people trying to cheat and doing multiple entries spread over several days. Not like when I said you could change your entries. I mean putting the identical entries in there, and then it made me go back and check the whole spreadsheet again, and just the way some people didn't pay attention to the rules, and it made it very difficult. Some people didn't, they chose to invent their own nomenclatures for the items. Like, some people asked for things that weren't even in the giveaway. Like, it's a lot of work to go through all these entries. Some people have never heard of commas in between words in a list. I'm sorting through it all as fast as I possibly can, I promise. It's taking me longer than I thought. I'm one guy going through, I don't even know how many individual entries when you add it all up. Hey, Petey Kitty Cat. But I promise you guys, I'm going to get it done as soon as I possibly can. I want to be done with that spreadsheet as much as you guys want the winners announced. I promise. And I can't wait to get the stuff in the winners' hands. I am not going to answer individual questions about when it's going to be done anymore, though, because honestly, guys, the answer is it's going to be done as soon as I can get it done. As soon as I can possibly get it done. I've got to fit doing that around everything else I have going on in life, though. And to be honest, I can only stare at that spreadsheet for such a period of time, at a clip before I start making stupid mistakes. I don't want to screw anybody over by making just a dumb clerical error and like maybe forgetting to put one or two of your entries in or something like that, because I've just been staring at this thing for like hours on end. So it will be done as soon as I possibly can. I promise you guys. Okay, with that being said, let's get into Battlbox for January 2018. Super excited. I have no idea. I've avoided all spoilers. I have no idea what the theme of the box is, what's in the box. To do the unboxing, the knife I'm going to use, sneak peek for a video coming up very soon. All right. Oh, let's see. Oh my God, an Ontario. I am so excited just looking at this right away. Mission 35, Jungle Survival. They have to tease me by putting the knife of the month right on top, knowing I can't touch it until the end. All right, so here's the knife of the month. It's by Ontario, so you know it's going to be something good. Let's just put that to the side. We are unboxing the Pro Plus. Cost to us $149.99 with a $260.92 value. We'll go through as we go through. We'll just go through the whole thing. Sit rep, welcome to the jungle. As always, if you want to screenshot this and try to read all this stuff, you go right ahead. I usually don't read these things. I'm sure they're very cool, but I don't. But let's just get right into this damn thing. There's at least two knives in here that I see right here, and they both look awesome. So, let's start with our basic box. I always explain this for those of you who don't know how Battlbox works. So there's 4 different levels. Every level, you get that level and the one that comes before it. So we're going to start with the basic box, which costs $24.99, and they say that the value, now we're going to stress though, this is the MSRP value. You might be able to find this stuff on its own cheaper, $40.95, starting with a jungle first aid kit for $6.99. This is canvas, this is not nylon. These clips, if you've ever seen one of the old canvas, not nylon, I guess even the older nylon pistol belts have it, they have grommets going all the way through. These like slide into those grommets to hang it on your belt. That's how the equipment went. This is old. This is like World War II style. I don't think this particular one is around from World War II, but this is the style of equipment from then. So let's see what we've got in this first aid kit. Some basic first aid instructions. Okay, pretty standard stuff. And as a medic, this makes me cringe just a little bit because Okay, I'm not even going to go into that. But how do we know they don't have a head or neck? injury when we're just going to start doing the head tilt chin lift. It's just very generic stuff, never mind. It is very basic stuff, probably for untrained people, whatever. So first we've got a trauma dressing. Not very big, but, you know, trauma pad, there you go. We've got some sterile gauze pads, a 3x3 and some 2x2s, two 3x3s, two 2x2s. Got some large adhesive bandages. They are not Band-Aids, they are adhesive strips. Some larger ones, any smaller ones than that? No? That's interesting. Got some sugar, always good when we've got somebody that might be having a diabetic emergency there. Some other reasons you would want to give that too, but like I said, I don't go into medical stuff too much on the channel. First aid ointment, bacitracin, iodine prep pads, alcohol pads, some normal sized adhesive strips, antiseptic cleansing wipe, sting free. I wonder what's in them specifically. Standard kind of cleansing wipes there. And then we also have soap, okay. Little roll of tape, and are these some gloves? These are, I think, vinyl gloves, not latex gloves. So, not bad start for a first aid kit. For $6.99, oh, and then 2 rolls of gauze bandages. I had a viewer once who sent me a first aid kit that he bought online, and I re-outfitted it with a bunch of stuff I thought should also be in it. I thought it was a decent first aid kit to start with, and then, you know, I just outfitted it with all sorts of extra stuff before I sent it back to him. If you would like to see that video of what I thought extra stuff should go in a first aid kit, I'll put a link to that video in the video description so you can check that out. Not bad for $6.99. I mean, it's not any different than what you're going to buy, like a little vehicle first aid kit in Walmart. I've been requested to put together like an actual first aid kit video. I'll probably do it one day. I haven't gotten around to it, but it's cute that it comes in the old World War II pouch. I probably won't put first aid stuff in this, but I'll use this pouch for something else. So I always do the like it or don't like it pile, and lately people have been complaining that they can't see it because I do unboxings on this table now and weird camera angles. So we'll do the like it pile over here. I do like it. I like it. It could be a lot better, but I like it. So like I said, $6.99, yeah, it's a decent value for the pouch and all the stuff in it. Sniper Veil for $11.95. Let's find a Sniper Veil, which I'm guessing is going to be this. It's not marked. Well, it could also be this. This is a mosquito head net, so that's not it. So this is undoubtedly the Sniper Veil, which I realistically don't have very much use for. I've always said on the channel, somebody asked me, have I ever like done sniper stuff or whatever, and I'm like, I don't have the capability to sit still in one place as long as it takes to actually be a credible, good sniper. No, I don't have those kinds of patience skills. I don't. But I'm sure that this could be used for something. I don't have a use for it. Now, $11.99. I'm pretty sure you could probably find this in a surplus. I mean, all it is look, it's netting. It's netting with a camouflage pattern printed on it. You don't see the camouflage pattern well against this table because it's a white table, but you can see it better against a darker background up here. Somebody that plays airsoft is creaming in their cheese right now looking at this thing. I just don't have a really good use for this. I don't. I don't. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I don't want to put it in the don't like pile just because I know someone that can use it. It's constructed well. It's, you know, it's not fraying apart. It doesn't rip apart. It's well made. I just have no use for a Sniper Veil right now, or even this kind of netting. Now, if I was still in Florida, I could do all sorts of stuff with this. But I'll put it in the meh pile. And, you know, meh is more probably pronounced meh. I still think we could find this cheaper somewhere else. Rothko Army Insect Repellent, $5.99. I think I already saw that. Army type Insect Repellent. DEET. Oh, God. 30% DEET, 70% other stuff. Man, I remember when the Army handed out like 100% DEET, which will kill absolutely everything. Again, if I was still in Florida, this stuff would be great. Does this have that smell? Nah, it doesn't have that Army DEET smell. Yeah, it does smell like I wouldn't want to go near it, so maybe bugs don't want to go near it either. But you know what? You can never have too much insect repellent come summertime. This stuff has that insect repellent. I can't describe it. But yeah, Deep Woods Off is the smell I'm looking for. $5.99. That's probably what something like this would run you in a store, right? Is it good for ticks? Deer flies, no-see-ums, ticks, mosquitoes, black flies, yeah. I'm going to put this in the like it pile because I do know, have seen, I've done a lot of cool stuff, you know, by the grace of God and the United States military. I got to spend some time in Thailand, and I have seen what nasty insects can do to you. So I'm always a fan of insect repellent that will protect you from them. So that's going in the like it pile. I can't speak on the channel much about what went on in Thailand, and not because it's classified, because it's just not appropriate for storytelling on the channel. It's Thailand, guys. Let's see, what's next? Stansport Mosquito Head Net 602. Well, here's the mosquito head net. I've got people asking me to do animal reviews. PETA, would you like to introduce yourself? Can you look at the camera? Look at the camera? No? Yeah, there you go. Okay. PETA Kitty Cat's not interested in being reviewed at this particular moment in time, guys. This box would have been so perfect if I still lived in Florida. Yeah? It's mosquito-y. It's head netty. Mosquito head netty. Does what it says what it does. I mean, this is another item where it has its uses in the right situations. Playing in the woods and the swamps in the summertime, sure. I neither like it nor dislike it, though, so it's going in the meh pile for now. And then finally, oh god, I can't wait to see this. Memories, Army-style GI angle head LED. An LED flashlight, though. D-cell times 2, $10. And that's got to be what's in this box. Yep. I have never had one of these with LEDs. I have had a few of these in my career. Let's see if it has all the little colorful lenses and stuff. It does. Oh, but it doesn't have the white diffusion lens. Cool. So, red and blue, map reading, nighttime. Use these for vehicle operations or marking drop zones, stuff like that. And they fit in under this top lens, so like you can use the red for just general nighttime operations as well, but really what it's made for is map reading. There are maps that are made to be read in red light inside so you don't ruin your night vision. From your earliest days of basic training back in the Army, this guy was with you. So I got batteries, and this is just the light. Oh, and that is way brighter than the old just light bulb version was. So you got a switch that is permanently on, and then halfway, and you've got a little signal button, which is cool. Now the old ones had just like a plain white opaque filter you could put in there, which turned it into kind of like a little bit of a lamp, and then just a clear one that sort of, I don't know how to say it, it focused the light beam a little bit. I'm not sure how to describe it, but let's take a look at these filters here. Just hold that on instead of screwing it in. Well, that's pink. I don't know how that's looking on camera, but in real life that's pink. And the real ones are like an actual dark red. Not cool. Let's see. Blue. Blue. Well, blue is blue. That's good. Blue still would be a little darker in real life, but we'll pick that up later. Here's yellow, which just looks white, like clear. Doesn't do anything. And then green. Green is green. Not bad. So these things, man, lots of memories. The real ones are awesome because they are waterproof, they're shockproof. On the bottom of them, let me just put this back, they have this little hanging D-ring, so you can hang them up. Like if you put that that white opaque filter, you can hang it up and have a lamp like in a tent. You can tell the real ones from this is clearly, you know, a civilian aftermarket one, because number one, the real issue ones never had LEDs. They always had like regular bulbs, and they have like a lot of writing in there, USGI and then an NSN number and everything. But I've seen these sold on base in the little gear store. Now it's called clothing sales, you know, whatever, in the BX, PX, whatever. $10 is what it says on the card. That's about fair, I guess. I've seen them go anywhere from $5 to $9.99. So for an LED version, though, $10 is about good. And I like this because these are always useful. I love these lights. They're cool. So I'm going to put that in the like it pile. And that rounds out the basic box. So we've got 2 items in the meh pile. We've got 3 items in the like it pile. It's not a bad ratio. We've got nothing in the don't like it pile so far. And now we're going to move into the advanced box. So the advanced box at a cost of $49.99 with a $105.93 value. Again, remembering everything in the basic box. Now adding these things, we've got the Battlbox Jungle Hammock with mosquito net for $29.99. Now I'm not in a position right now to ring out a whole jungle hammock right now. As much as I'd like to, it'd be cool to put one up in the kitchen and just chill in the kitchen. But we'll just see if it looks like the old kind of GI issue jungle hammock. It looks like this whole pouch becomes the hammock. And I don't want to... You know what? Fuck it. I'll just figure it out later. Good hardware. Everything looks actually very nice on this, like, you know, good rugged hardware. So the way the jungle hammock works, if you're not aware, you've got your hammock, but it also has a mosquito net on it. So you would attach this somewhere and you'd be able to sleep and seal yourself up in a net. So this would be the bottom of the hammock, and then this would be the top of the hammock. And you'd stretch it out, and then you'd also have some kind of runner, some straps to secure it, and then string to run along top that would hold that up like a tent. So it's basically like a little tent in your tree with a sealed up netting. So minimal protection from rain. You can put like a rain cover on it or something, but really what it's supposed to do is keep the bugs out. And again, in the kitchen right now, I don't really have the room to stretch this all out and test it out. This is something in the summertime I'll probably try it out and we'll see. But these things are really cool. They're fun to sleep in. Better than just a regular hammock. It's not so much, you could go relax in it in the summertime, but this is more for like a bivouac type situation. This is not just putting up and relaxing. Unless you're really in a very buggy type area, then you could. But if you like want to relax in the sunshine and everything, this is not going to do it for you. But this is going in the like it pile. Look at this, I managed to stuff it back in that sack too. Not pretty, but I did it. So I'm calling this like it on general principle. Oh no, look, I forgot things. Ugh. All right, I'll figure this out later. I'm putting this in the like it pile on general principle though. I mean, obviously I have not used it right now, and I'm throwing things all over the kitchen. I'll have to give it a real honest try later on when I get a chance to do that. But just the idea of a good mosquito hammock, like a jungle hammock, is awesome. And the price, $29.99, is pretty good for what some of these go for. So hopefully, you know, it's not a cheaper price because it's a cheaper product. But definitely I owe everybody on the channel a follow-up video on this when it's a little warmer and I can set it up and really give it a try. Okay, now here's something I'm excited for. Cold Steel Kukri. It's got to be this guy right here. Cold Steel, I have mixed feelings about. Some of their stuff's great, some of their stuff is meh. I'm hoping we're going for great on this one. Here's the tag on there. So right away, it's a machete style, so the sheath is what you'd expect. It's got a nice rigid point down there to kind of hold everything in place. 2 straps with pretty solid snaps. And what a beautiful blade, actually. Kukri blade is just one of the scariest type blades you can ever see coming at you, you know. And this one, just the leverage, you know, when you do need to go hacking through the brush or something, awesome. Comfortable handle. I can kind of feel where there would be some hot spots though using this repeatedly. Right along there, it feels good. It feels pretty good overall. Feels kind of like a hard rubber handle. Not a lot of give in the blade, so not a springy steel, but undoubtedly a nice carbon steel, and got a little South Africa stamp on there. How could you not like this thing? Again, standard complaints with the sheath. I'm not a fan of nylon sheaths, although this one looks like it would be, at least it's got the rigid end on there. Standard though, single big belt loop problem that so many of them have that I don't like. But at $34.99, I'm not going to complain about this. This is awesome. And this isn't even the knife of the month. Sweet. So this is going in the like it pile. So that wraps up our advanced box, moving into the pro box. So all of this, plus what comes in pro at a cost of $99.99 with an MSRP of $165.92. And the only item in there is Battle Tack, Snake Gaiters, and Brush Guards for $59.99. Now this is something I've never worn, so I really don't know much about it. It has the look of like a modern samurai kind of thing that you would wear. I guess I'll just have to put them on, and then we'll see how they look. Okay, first of all, they go awesome with blue Fallout pants. I mean, look at them. So I threw on some Air Force boots, because they kind of go. I feel like a combination of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Tron, RoboCop. I feel pretty secure in these. I don't think that a snake or anything else is going to be able to bite their way through these. I feel like I've got pretty good movement in them. They feel pretty snug. They're not coming off anytime soon. But you know, they're not restrictive either. Like they don't feel terribly tight. They're just there. I feel like I might need to readjust them periodically as I walk. Like they might slide around, but that also could be that I'm wearing these loose little Fallout lounge pants, pajama pants, whatever you want to call them. I wasn't prepared to film my legs today. What? But yeah, they're pretty comfortable to wear. So they're kind of right below my knees, down in front of my ankles, as you can plainly see. They look like they wouldn't be comfortable because they're so boxy, but really, to tell you the truth, I feel them up here a little bit, and I don't feel them around the rest of my leg. So, you know, if I had to wear these things throughout the jungle,
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars. You like them? Yeah.
I got you.
You got me.
I got the suit.
So overall, you know, I've never worn these kinds of things, but I like them. I feel like they're useful. I feel like for what they're designed for, you know, I have nothing to compare them to. But my big concern would be that if I were wearing them, they'd be bulky, they'd be in the way, they would restrict my movement, and that they'd be uncomfortable. And I don't feel like any of that would be a big issue. The material in there feels pretty solid. Not really worried about anything getting through there. So I always try to keep my promise to be straight and honest with you guys and fess up when I don't know stuff. So this is something I don't have a lot of experience with because this was never standard military issue for me. I've been in the jungle, never been issued anything like this. So I need you guys to chime in and tell me, are these you know, good brand, bad brand? How do these measure up to things you've worn? Thanks, PETA. How does the price compare? $59.99. So far I'm going to put it in the like pile because I feel like a stormtrooper when I wear them. So they're going in the like pile. So we've gone through everything except the Pro Plus, which the one item that's always in a Pro Plus that's in none of the other boxes is our knife of the month, which this month is an Ontario Knife Company, which is always a good knife. You've got your Ontario Knife Company card. It's funny because this is the same sheath that comes with my favorite knife of all time, the Army Air Force survival knife. But the ASEK, or the ASEK, depending on how you want to call it, this is a new knife to me. And this is actually, I mean, this is really an improved version. Oh wow, that's a nice handle. That's a really nice handle. It looks like an improved version of the Army Air Force survival knife. It looks very similar. You can see the family resemblance there. So this particular model, the ASEK, or ASEK, it stands for the Aircrew Survival and Escape Knife. This is made specifically, this is kind of a modern version of what the old Army Air Force survival knife is. This was really one of the only knives certified by the Army's new Air Warrior program as the escape and survival knife, designed for Army aircrew to escape a cockpit and then to be used for survival purposes outside. And let me show you its older brother. So this is the old Ontario Army Air Force survival knife, which I love. I've had a few of them. This paracord wrap this isn't standard. It's just got like a leather round handle in there, which I found to be a little bit thin. If you look at the handle that they put on here, it's got exactly what I always wanted on this older knife, which is kind of a rounder belly there to hold on to. But you can definitely see the family resemblance in the two Ontario knives. You can see how they kind of took design features from one and accentuated them and enhanced them. So the sawback on the older knife is really, really more developed on the new modern knife. It comes with some serrations on the cutting edge that the older knife doesn't have. Blade size is just about the same. Instead of having just the flat pommel to use as a hammer, this is designed not as a glass breaker. I'm sure you could use it as a glass breaker, but to break plexiglass, like cockpit windows. Cockpit windows are not made of glass. They're made of plexiglass and perspex. So that's what this is designed for. Now I'm sure it could break glass as well. You can also use these flat edges to hammer stuff if you wanted to. It's got a lanyard hole through the pommel there. Great rubberized grip. I mean, this is not going anywhere in your... Oh, it's comfortable as hell too. And it's not going anywhere in your hand, wet or anything. And then it's got holes to be used making a spear, just like the old one does. But the old one only has those holes up top. So very similar blade shape, like I said, though. Size and weight is similar. And again, the sheath, I mean, it's identical. You can see that this one's got a little bit more life in it. It's been used a bit more. They both come with a kind of standard sharpening stone. Call it a medium grit. I mean, I don't know what it actually is, but it fits in there. And this is just, I like this a lot. It's a super comfortable knife. I've heard about this. I've read about it. I've never tried it out, though, and I'm kind of excited to. It doesn't feel super sharp on the outset, but, I mean, if you think about it, guys, a pilot who uses this is going to use this to cut themselves out of a burning aircraft, punch through aircraft aluminum, fiberglass, whatever, possibly a plexiglass windscreen, and then go about surviving. And so, I mean, it's not going to be super sharp on the outset, but super non-reflective coating. So, not great. Like I said, this feels like it needs a little bit of sharpening and honing right out of the package. But it cuts. A little bit of effort required, but it cuts. Not the cleanest cut in the world. I don't even want to do paper tests because I can tell this is not going to survive the paper test. It's not going to come through very well in any case. I mean, we could try it. Yeah. But I think that it's because they know that in the environment this knife is going to be used, before it even gets to the point where you are surviving with it, again, in its intended environment, it has already punched its way through aluminum, plexiglass, a whole bunch of stuff. This, you know, the carbon steel that Ontario uses, and if it's anything like its older brother, it's 1095 carbon steel. It's very easy for us to maintain, though. It's very easy for us to put a new edge on. It's a piece of cake. So, I mean, if obviously us using it for our purposes, we'll put just a nice sharpened edge on it and take it out into the wilderness and use it. But, man, it's one hell of an upgrade to this in terms of what it's designed for. This is still one of my favorite, all-time favorite fixed blade outdoor knives. It's a great knife. but this guy is just super. I mean, it's awesome. Gerber also has a contract to make an ASEK knife for a different service. Ontario, in my opinion, is one of the greatest fixed blade knife makers. Like, they make fantastic survival knives, fieldcraft knives, bushcraft knives, awesome knives. And even though this one doesn't come razor sharp, we can make it razor sharp very, very quickly, and this would be a great field knife. Man, it is. I cannot convey to you guys how comfortable this knife is. So super, super cool knife to add to my collection. I'm really excited about this. This definitely goes in the like it pile, and I am going to put a razor edge on this guy, and I think you can expect to see a hard use test out of this knife in the very near future. The only other thing we have there is a 50% off coupon code for Cold Steel. And, you know, we can talk about how I feel about some of the Cold Steel folders in another video. I think, in a word, overpriced, but we can talk about that. I don't think Pete is going to let me pack this stuff back up. Huh? Nah? Yeah? Lazy cat. Alright, guys, so there we have gone through January mission 35, Jungle Survival. There are 0 don't like it items. 0. I mean, there's some stuff I'm not thrilled about, but there's nothing I feel like is just garbage in this box. And this is, I think, a first for any box I've ever gotten, for there to be 0 items in the don't like it pile. The ones that we have in the meh pile is stuff that is well made, but I just am not going to use it right now, but I think I will use it over the summers or at camping, or I know somebody that will have a use for it. But overall, great knife of the month. I love Ontario. The other items are good. I don't have a use for them right this second, but I will put them to good use come warmer weather and sunshine. So I'm just really excited about this box. It's really cool. So what do you guys think? Battlbox, first offering of the year, on track? Yes, no? Okay. So again, I'll put the building that first aid kit video link in the video description. I am back to doing all sorts of custom work. I took a break, but I already have a couple offers, talking to some people about doing some custom knife work for them. So if you're interested, shoot me an email at docp96. Now that I'm set up at the shop, I can do all sorts of cool stuff again. You guys are going to start seeing a lot more custom stuff coming out of the shop that's going to be really cool. Again, getting that giveaway video done as soon as I possibly can, and the same 3 plugs. Please consider supporting this channel and joining the Patreon team and seeing what it's all about to be one of those guys. Get early viewing of videos, Patreon-only content. If you join the Only Awesome Canoes Here level, you get your own personal giveaways just for you guys 4 times a year. Cool stuff. Already gave away one of the Raven Crest tactical knives, and now we're getting ready to give away some other cool stuff for the 4th quarter of last year, and we'll just roll that along. But please check out the page. You'll find the link in the video description, and think about joining that team and helping out. Just helps me bring cooler, better stuff to the channel, and add bigger, better things to the next giveaway. Give me your Q&A questions for the February Q&A videos. Anything you guys want to ask me, anything you want to know, I'll answer. And then again, whatever suggestions or video requests you guys have, send it to the email address in the video description as well. And I love doing videos on request. Again, if I got to order stuff for it and buy stuff, it might take me a little while to get those done. But if I've already got the stuff on hand to do a video request, I will knock it out as soon as I can. So. Alright guys, I'm getting back to doing that spreadsheet so I can get this video all wrapped up. Look at that lazy bum. So I can do that spreadsheet for you guys and get it all done and get the giveaway all locked up and announced. But in the meantime, you are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back in real soon.